the love attracted me. The arts also, because
Sure.
I used to push soccer heavily, and music was just a hobby for me. And then, like, the love just took over, man. And everything just started taking off with music, you know. I started scheming with Mr. Jazzy,
Yeah.
the boys in Black is Brown, and that's when things started getting real for me, actually. And that's when I started saying, okay, you know, I can actually do this. I can actually make a career out of this, you know. Yeah.
And how's the reception?
Wonderful, beautiful.
Wonderful.
It's better than I expected. I never expected it to be like this, so it's actually kind of crazy, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Now, you're telling your parents, I mean, we know most of our parents, they really don't like this entertainment industry. They don't believe it has a sustainable career.
Yeah.
How did you convince your parents?
Once she saw that I got signed, that was the first one. But the difficult thing was, you know, actually trusting and seeing that the boy is going to make something of it. But the label helped me with that. Tashon helped me with that. My managers helped me with that, to speak to my mom and to carry the vision over to her, to see that there is a plan for me, you know, and that I am going to go somewhere eventually that will keep me in this game forever, you know, that will help me stay sustainable.
Brother man, now when it comes to music, most artists, they are signed under record labels, and most record labels, they rip off artists. We know the news, we've seen the news on Twitter, people crying over royalties, crying over small details, hidden details there. When you get into the industry, what was the first thing that you had in mind, that I need to protect myself from this?
Okay, I'm coming out from the start. Most of them including abantu esibaziyo sikile sababona seza ukuthi bakhala ngedinga good music industry from bona azange basithatha serious from ngokuqala, understand. Amanye amaphutha wami angawablame kwabanye abantu, understand. Kune contract abakunika yona, each and every company ozobe usayina kuyo kune contract, inama rules, it's either yes or no. Understand. So if you say yes, you know what I'll say yes. If you say no, you know what I'll say no. So I mean, angavumi everything ku contract yami, then kusasa masengiza abanye abantu abangijutha abangaphandle.
Sure.
Or sengibona abanye abantu banamna sengiyaqala manje sengifuna ukuphikisa contract. But labantu laba benginabo abangijuthayo bengekho nabo kune contract yami. So kunezinto kufanele ukuthi ngidlalele kuzo nezinto ngamela ngidlalele kuzo. Yes, inyathelo zethu asifani. Ungahamba ngePorsche, ame ngePolo. Ngabi nekar, mara siku company one. But mina ngathatha ingqondo yami ukuthi why uhamba ngePolo, why uhamba ngePorsche, I don't know why. So ngazifayina challenge zakho. Most esikhathini esiningi into enjalo ucala mayifika la ukuthi ipressure ukuthi yo uyangistana manje 1 2 3 ubani uyangithola, then sengifuna ukuzifanisa naye. No. Most esikhathini sishaya riding like kunama bad influencer ngaphandle, kunabanye abantu abazoku influencer ngendlela engasi right. Yes, end up so ugcina ukhala ngento about wena abaholi vat. God knows so boni lifestyle omunye umuntu, I understand.
You are both under Black is Brown.
Yes.
And you're also part of the song of the album released. How was that experience?
It was wonderful. Hey. It's a dream come true, really, to be part of the album and to be working with guys that I used to look up to before signing. You know, so for me, it's a really crazy experience. I'm trying to make the best of it, but I'm also trying to learn at the same time. You know.
What is the song about? Mozambique.
Mozambique. Okay, like Black is Brown, Black is Brown sizibiza ngokuthi si Mozambique. Like if ungalalela kahle music wase Black is Brown akusi crash up piano. Sicamwe ngenye vision ye beats kule industry of that choice sibiza ngo Mozambique. So then the song in Mozambique isuka from there. Uthi thina si Black is Brown si Mozambique. And sinama fans up in Mozambique. That's why isikhathini esibhanga ukuthola ama-artists eBlack is Brown ayakuphi eMozambique. So each and everything esiyithunayo siMozambique. Ungangifonela ngibuze nguma ngise-Black is Brown studio ukhethe ngiseMozambique. Abaziyo bayazi. If you don't get it, forget
about it. Where can you find you on the socials?
You can find me on Instagram at _.justin99. On Facebook it's Justin King. TikTok _.justin99. Tango.
Okay, right. Mina follow Instagram. It's 10_times_Guluva.
Hey, pin the foot.
10_times_Guluva.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Facebook is 10 times Guluva.
10 times Guluva, straight up.
That's on.
Okay, let's listen to Mozambique.
Power 7.
So we're gonna take some pictures And that logo, but I need to put on some news first.
Okay, no problem.
You good with that?
Yeah, cool.
Taking us to 5 o'clock, 1700 hours on the clock. It's Mozambique on VFM 88.1. Justin 99, Star Jazz, Mr. Jazzy Q. Am I Jazzy or Jazzy Q? Am I saying it right? Which one is it?
Jazzy.
Anyway.
And 10 times Guluva on VFM 88.1. 10 times Guluva.
In our top stories this hour, the call for the economic empowerment of women cannot be separated from the broader call for a violence-free South Africa, and Gauteng police have arrested a man that is suspected to be responsible for the Monaco Tavern shooting that happened in Mamelodi in July.
In your sports, the 2022 season of the Hollywood Bet Super League is coming to an end tomorrow, and the United Rugby Championship returns after a long break. Details, 5:05.
Good afternoon. The Minister for Women, Children and People with Disabilities says the call for the economic empowerment of women cannot be separated from the broader call for a violence-free South Africa. Minister Maitengwana Mashabane was addressing delegates at the Women Trade Fair in Nasrec earlier today. Hundreds of women in business across the country came to showcase their products. This was part of the launch of the 16 Days of No Violence Against Women and Children. The minister says getting more women to own their businesses frees them from abuse and violence.
Women to focus on dealing with gender-based violence and femicide in this manner. In doing business expose. Let's work together with women to feed themselves, to expose themselves to generating income on their own, so that if it does not work, they walk away.
The police in Gauteng have arrested a man that is suspected to be responsible for the Monaco Tavern shooting that happened in Mamelodi in July. The suspect, who has been on the list of police's most wanted suspects, was arrested in Mamelodi by the Tshwane Anti-Drug Unit and Mamelodi Combat Team yesterday. Police have been searching for the people responsible for the shooting when they pounced on the 25-year-old. In other news, the Johannesburg City's waste management company, Pick It Up, has received 41 waste trucks. Mayor Mpopaladze says the trucks cost 60 million rands. She says in addition to collecting refuse, the trucks will be used to clean up illegal dumping sites. The mayor says there are 3,000 illegal dumping sites in Johannesburg. She calls on communities and residents to help combat littering and illegal dumping. Moving to your news within the African continent, an appeal court in southern White Nile State in Sudan has invalidated a court decision that a young woman convicted of adultery be stoned to death. According to BBC News, in June, a court in Kosti Town found Miriam Tirap guilty under a Sudanese law that states that a married person, whether male or female, be stoned to death if she or he commits adultery. In our financial indicators this hour, the rand is currently trading at 17 rand 13 cents to the US dollar, 17 rand 80 cents to the euro, and 20 rand 71 cents to the British pound. A reminder of our top stories this hour. The call for the economic empowerment of women cannot be separated from the broader call for a violence-free South Africa, and Gauteng police have arrested a man that is suspected to be responsible for the Monaco Tavern shooting in Mamelodi in July. For more information on VowFM News, do follow us on Twitter at VowFM News _. This is VowFM News. I am Makabalobo Rocho.
Email news@vowfm.co.za because your stories matter, keeping you in the know. VowFM News. VowFM Drive. Weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m.
VowFM is taking a stand against gender-based violence and recognizing that women's rights, children's rights, and LGBTQI+ rights are human rights.
That Lunch Show.
I am joined here in studio by Ricardo Genesis Roger, Luke, and I have Teb, our TV Rex from A. We are about to do the quiz, finding out if they know anything about the African
Don't mind if you play another
So
song from
another
the
question
album.
is, what
No, no
name
flow.
of the
Listen, I
ocean
woke up
is the
early
east
this
side
morning and I downloaded that album.
As long as it's from the album, at least. As long as it's from the album, it's
Yeah,
fine.
of course. I was thinking chippy, but
Nah, we need to promote the album with.
yeah, bravo.
You know, my personal answer would have been the Mediterranean Ocean. That's the sea.
That Lunch Show. Every weekday from 12 to 3 p.m. Only on
I'm gonna play the song.
88.1.
So the song is gonna play until 9 minutes. And then, are you pushing to me? Yeah.
We're gonna take pictures now.
Oh yeah, okay.
We just